Greetings to you, my light warriors, my glorious fighters, my great, great, mighty warriors, earth guardians, agents of light, galactic warriors, my beautiful starseed warriors. I welcome you back to the Light Warriors Oracle. If you're new, welcome to the channel. And if you have become a new family member, I welcome you and thank you so much for subscribing. Today's message basically says that there is no more fear, there is no need to fear. The archangels are reaching out. The archangels are reaching out, and I feel like there's something that needs to come through behind that, the reaching out. What is a spirit? Are reaching out to join the task force. Thank you, Spirit. I'm speaking to a light warrior that may have been wondering a lot about your safety, may have been wondering a lot about protection, about what might come, about eyes that may be watching, about the things that people might say or things that people might do to attack you. And this message is coming in as a reassurance to tell you that you are highly protected and you are highly shielded. And if you didn't know, this is me confirming to you or telling you right now that the archangels are reaching out to you to join your task force. Yes. The archangels are reaching out to you to join your task force. Now, I'm speaking to somebody that feels very heavily, feels very deeply that the energy of the light warrior within you, the spiritual warrior within you, and you've been feeling the call to join in the fight. You've been feeling the call to join in the spiritual warfare. You've been feeling heavily that part of this war not just has to do with you also, but needs you also. That part of this war, that somewhere in some space, in some energetic space, there is something that has been created there from your from your energy that is going to help to win this war in the long run. But you may have been feeling conditions and pressure from this earthly plane or your earthly identities. It's like, who am I to cause any change? Who am I to bring about change? Who am I to fight against the elite? Who am I to fight against all these dark lords? And the divine is trying to say, first of all, aside of the fact that you may not know who you truly are as an earth warrior, as an earth angel, as a warrior of light, aside of the fact that you may not know who you truly are in that sense, one thing you may not know is the fact that the archangels back you heavily. As a light warrior, you walk with the energy of the 7 archangels. As a light warrior, you are heavily guarded by the 7 archangels, and you are protected and favored by the 7 archangels, because the 7 archangels are the archangels that guard the earth. They are the angelics that guard the earth. Not just the earth plane, but also in the spiritual realms where earth is concerned. And so it's like the archangels, they come through to back spiritual warriors during warfare. 0330 on the timer. Thank you, Spirit. Now 333. The archangels, thank you, I'm getting serve as an ancestor to the spiritual warriors. The archangels serve almost like an ancestral energy to the spiritual warriors, right? Because when it comes to the spiritual warfare, as light warriors and as spiritual warriors, our identities as warriors has no affiliation with our bloodlines, really. Have no affiliation with our bloodlines. Now, let me explain this. Our bloodlines individually, let's say you come from a bloodline or a generation of warriors, right? Or demon slayers. That's something that is there. That's constant. But your innate energy as a spiritual warrior, your identity, your soul's identity as a spiritual warrior has nothing to do with that. And so your soul's identity as a spiritual warrior in the ethers, you might be going to war, or you might be on the same side with people that in your bloodline in the earthly realms, people might consider, we are rivals, or we don't, let's say even to do with religion. You may be from a background that is heavy Christianity, and then maybe you have a friend who is from a background that is heavy Islamic, and then the two families don't meet because, we're Muslim and then you're Christian, and, there's this thing between us or whatever. But in the ethers, you and this friend may be literally you fight side by side. You fight demons side by side. You fight the darkness side by side. And this might be the founding bond of your relationship here on earth. This is because you are like in the ethers, you are connected to each other. In the ethers, you are family. It's just like the army or like warriors. You are each other's family. And so it's like there's an understanding that needs to come to you of how close you are to the archangels. You are not as far from them as you may think, or you are not as far from that higher energies as you may think. So whoever I'm speaking to, there's a need for you to embody this energy of strength and courage of the archangels and to release that fear. And by knowing that they themselves are reaching out to join your task force, they are part of your task force. You are not alone on this journey as a spiritual warrior. Oh, trust me, you are not alone in any sense, not in any way. Not in any way. And as spiritual warriors, the kind of protection that we receive, even on the 3D, it is mind-blowing. The kind of protection that you receive on the physical, it will blow your mind if you could actually see how things unravel around you to protect you. Right? And I feel like there's a need for you to reach out to the archangels, because for somebody, you are needing to be strengthened. Your spirit is needing to be strengthened. Your courage is needing to be amplified. Your courage is needing to be amplified, and your spirit is needing to be strengthened. And I feel like all you are needing to strengthen and amplify this courage is just to be told, or for you to receive the confirmation, for you to receive the clarification that you have your archangels heavily walking with you, and they are needing you to open up and welcome them into your task force. How do you do this? 0707 on the timer. And we're just speaking of the 7 archangels, right? How do you do this? One way is that you can welcome the 7 archangels into your life to help back you on your journey as a spiritual warrior, or to actively be a part of your journey as a spiritual warrior, is to use the seal of the 7 archangels. You using the sigil or the seal of the 7 archangels is going to communicate to them that you open up your life and your energy to invite them in to be a staple part of your life, and to protect you, and to welcome them in as also your way of acknowledging your role as a spiritual warrior or as a light warrior here on earth, right? I'm going to put an image of the sigil or the 7 archangel seal in the community post, and I'm going to add also in writing how you can activate the seal or the sigil. I'll see if I can find some Amazon links of where you can find this. I personally have it as a necklace. I personally have my 7 archangel seal as a necklace that I wear. So you can have it as, you can have like a sticker in your car, or like a flyer in your home. You can have it wear it as a jewelry, or, in however form that you decide to use it. But I personally love to wear my protection things as jewelry so that I have it with me at all times, right? So this is one way that you can welcome in the 7 archangels into your life. Another way that you can do this is through an invocation. You can invoke the energy of the 7 archangels by doing an invocation through candle magic. And in this, you can use a white candle magic. There are certain things that I won't be explaining broadly or into detail on this specific channel. I am going to be giving a lot of the detailed insight on our group chat and privately. I don't think I have to explain the reason why. I'm sure some of you understand the reason why. And so another way that you can do this is to invoke them through candle magic. Invoking them through candle magic. Another way that you can do this is also to get an image of the 7 archangels. However, with the image, I say caution, because when you look at images of the archangels that we have, the mainstream images, they are just images of, they are whitewashed images of what we are supposed to believe angels are, or angelic energies are supposed to look like. right? However, when it comes to angelic beings, it will shock you how even some of them look. They look nothing like self or like what we would think of them as. So when it comes to that, but just because this is something that you are fueling with your own energy, you can use the images that resonate with you or use images from esoteric text. I'm not sure which one, but I'll see which one I can find, if I can find any. And then you meditate on these energies and invoke the energies of the archangels by calling them individually by their names and invoking their energies to work with you. Another way that you can do this, or another way that would help if you're using the image, is like their element. Because the 7 archangels all have their individual elements, individual colors, individual powers, individual weapons. The picture, if it has the element in them, can help you to focus on their energy when invoking them, right? So for instance, again, you say their names out through the process, and then you can imagine them, or each one whose name you call out, with their element, their color, and their weapon. Like for instance, if you call on Archangel Michael, when you call on Archangel Michael, you call on him visualizing his color, which is usually sky blue, and his weapon, which is a sword, sometimes a double sword, right? And then his element. And then you use that visualization to hold that invocation, or to hold the image that you are invoking, or the invocation of his energy. And then you repeat that for the other 6. This is going to be another way that you can use to invoke the archangels. But I personally love the seal and the sigil because it has the different element and all the different attachment and their different correspondence, like the planet and the element already on it. So again, for whoever I'm speaking to, if this message resonates with you, if you're a light warrior that has been in this, I don't want to say fear, but I feel like it's some kind of like low-key fear. It's just like slight fear, just wondering. It's like, am I safe? Is it safe to do this? Is it safe to do that? If you were wondering, 12:12 on the timer, your archangels they want to join your task force. Welcome the archangels into your task force. And I guarantee you, your shielding, your fortification, your protection, you are going to feel it so profoundly. You are going to feel it so profoundly. And not only are you going to feel it, you are going to see it. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. You are going to see it all around you. How heavily protected you are. And I feel like for every light warrior, it is it's going to be a blessing to you. One of the best things you would do is to build your task force and to invite the archangels to join your task force. Because again, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but principalities, evil principalities in high places. And our archangels help us to do the work in the ethers also. Again, like I say, we the light warriors, we take responsibility on the 3D and we do the 3D work to help them. But the ethers, when we are in the ethers, that is where we are much stronger. They can't battle us in the ethers. And so for whoever I'm speaking to, if you've been having, if your courage has been dwindling, if your strength, or if your vim, if you're feeling like you needed a lot more courage, some more energy, some more fire, then here you go. Reach out to the archangels because you're so ready, so ready. And I feel like the reason why this message is coming through is because you have answered the warrior's call. You have answered the warrior's call, and that's why this message is coming through. And this is where I'm going to leave this transmission. If this message resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe, or comment to help this channel reach more light warriors. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day. Have a glorious day. Have a mighty day. Thank you.